next one. So we have to decide, what is it that we want to grow hemp for? Do we want to grow it for grain? Do we want to grow it for fiber? Do we want to grow it for its medicinal properties? There are options to do multi-purpose. There are options to do both grain and fiber, although your quality of fiber goes down. There are options to do medicinal purposes like CBD and fiber, and those work really well together. There are options that right now Cornell is working on breeding a variety that is both grain and CBD, and that's really interesting because the cannabidiol concentration in the plant decreases after the plant's been fertilized. And so you'll hear a whole lot in the CBD world about wanting only female plants, that we need feminized seed, because if there are any males around and those plants get fertilized, then you lose 2/3 of the CBD. So you'll go from having 15% CBD to 5% CBD in the plant.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so the fact that we're working on varieties that are going to have enough CBD in it that when it gets fertilized, maybe it's going down to 8%, right? And so you can harvest the grain and then also have the flour, the leftover flour material to be able to sell. I mean, that's really exciting. So the first thing that people need to ask themselves is, what do I have the space for? What do I have the equipment for? What do I have the expertise for? And therefore, what can I grow? Right? Which of these products do I want to grow for? The fertility requirements differ. The timing of planting differs. The timing of harvest differs. And so that's really the first thing. And so what I tell all the farmers that I work with is, not only is your first question, what do I want to grow for? Your first question, or your part B of that question is, and who am I going to sell to? Because not a seed should go into the ground without a contract in place for where you're going to sell. And in fact, in other states, and I like to use Kentucky as an example, they went about supporting the hemp industry a little bit different. They look at us and say, oh my God, New York got funding for hemp, that's amazing. But I look at them and say, but the industry was supported there. And so what happens in Kentucky is that the companies that are processing are the ones that are being supported, and they go out and recruit farmers. So there's not an acre that's being grown that doesn't have a designated place where it's being sold. And that's what we need to work on here in New York, is figuring out not just what you want to grow, but who are you going to sell to.